we're moving into qualifying now, so each car will have 2 laps with 2 cars on the track each time. Glenn Dickinson, closely followed by Jai McKenzie in the 47. So Glenn Dickinson with a 14.074 and Jai McKenzie with a 14.363 on their first laps. 14.855, an improvement there for Glenn Dickinson. And Jai McKenzie a little bit slower with a 14.461, making his first lap at 14.363 the time to beat. See what the 39 of Jaron Bilby, he was the fastest in his group in hot laps. And the 91 of Brad Warwick also setting chase. $14.371 for the first circulation there for the 39 of Jaron Bilby. 14.859 for Brad Warwick. 14.429 the second time around for Jaron Bilby, so not quite there. And a 14.921. So the 47 of Jai McKenzie with a 14.363 is still the fastest qualifier. The 39 definitely gave it a good nudge. As we see the number 8 of Matt Borges and the number 7 of Daniel Forbes now out in the track. Matt Borges' first time was a 15.18. 15.18 for the first circulation for Matt Borges. $16.08 for Daniel Forbes and a 15.05 for Matt for his last second. See if Daniel can improve on his second time round. 16.123 was the second lap for Daniel Forbes. So next off we have Gavin Davis. Sorry. So the number 8 of Gavin Davis on a solo run. $15.448 is 15.448 the first circulation around for Gavin. Let's see if he can improve now on lap 2 as he gets ready to cross the stripe. That's a big improvement there with a 14.813. So a big improvement there for Gavin's second lap. Next off we have the number 4 of Craig Bottrell and the 44 of Anthony Dye. So Craig was definitely fast in hot laps. Let's see if he can copy that form into qualifying. Anthony Dye unfortunately had a flat tyre in hot laps, so $14.413 for the first lap for Craig Bottrell. 14.413. 15.382 for Bottrell's second lap. 15.398 for Anthony Dye. Anthony improves a little bit with a 15.205 for his final lap. So let's see if the 88 of Ben Pratt doing a solo run. .14.775 is the first circulation around for Ben. Let's see if he can make improvements on lap 2 and get closer to that 14.363. .14.628 is the last lap for the 88 of Ben Pratt. Being pushed off now is the 49 of Dominic Raffici and the 43 of Anthony Gaudio. .14.6 for Dominic Raffici for his first lap, 14.6, and a 14.723 for Anthony. 14.571 for Dominic Raffici's final lap. Just waiting for Anthony to come around and cross the beams. 14.793 for Anthony's final lap. So fastest in qualifying at the moment still remains the number 47 of Jai McKenzie with a 14.363. We'll see if the number 70 of Ken Roberts or the number 12 Jason Curtis can knock the 47 off that top spot. 14.554 is the first lap for Ken Roberts. 14.889 for Jason Curtis. 14.476, so an improvement there in the final lap for Ken Roberts. Let's see what Jason can do. 14.842. Top 3 qualifiers, ladies and gentlemen, is the number 47. Townsend's Bellado Transport car of Jai McKenzie in first with a 14.363. Jaron Bilby in the Great Southern Rural was second fastest, followed by Craig Bottrell in the Registered Painters Proprietary Limited number 4. So that is the top 3 qualifiers for the limited sprint cars. On the third row we have on the inside the Curtis Electrical number 12 of Jason Curtis. Coming out of position 6 we have the Perth Euro Maxim of Brad Warwick. Position number 8 will be the 44 Unique Mini Earthworks Eagle chassis of Anthony Dye. And off the back of the bus we will have the Rain and Horn Great Southern car of Tony Shinzig, the J&J out of Darken. So we'll just wait patiently for the cars to be pushed off once the gates are closed. And we'll get underway for heat 1 of round 1 of the limited sprint cars. So while the limited sprint cars are getting pushed off, also like to pay a big thank you for all the volunteers and officials that you see out there that are part of the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway Club. So without our dedicated volunteers and push ute drivers and officials, we wouldn't be able to put on the show that we're able to put on for you tonight. So I'd like everyone, if they see any of the volunteers or officials out there, just remind them to give them a bit of a thanks and appreciation for what they do. So as the last car is pushed off, we'll... Sorry? Cars have been given the signal to form up. Unfortunately, it looks like we've lost the 85 Rain and Horn Great Southern Tony Sinjig.
Cool, they're getting this link. Well, 85 was going in field, but... Going green next time.
So the field gets a 1 to go signal, so the next time around will be a green flag for heat 1 of the limited sprint cars. They're coming through 3 and 4. And green. Jai McKenzie gets a great start there from Craig Bottrell, Dominic Raffici and Anthony Gaudio. Oh, and Brad Warwick looped it unfortunately in turn 1. That'll bring out the yellows. And looks like the 44 of Ant Dye has just pulled infield. The front left of that car is looking a little bit low and dragging on the ground there, so it might have a suspension failure. So bad luck there for Anthony. They get the 91 Perth Euro of Brad Warwick. Back facing the right direction and fired back off. So unfortunately that leaves us with 2 retirements so far of the 85 of Tony Shinzig and the 44 of Anthony Dye, unable to make the start of this event. As Jai McKenzie and Craig Bottrell bring the field back down the back straight, ready to take the green.
Yeah, Jason Craig's doing it.
Oh, interesting last start there from Jai McKenzie in the 47. Craig Anthony Gaudio is trying to sneak up the inside of Dominic Raffici. So make it down the back straight for the first time. Led to the first time around by the 47 of Craig Jai McKenzie, followed by Craig Bottrell, Dominic Raffici. Brad Warwick's gotten around the outside of Anthony Gaudio and Jason Curtis making up the 6th position. Jai McKenzie leads the field for a second circulation of the Speedway. They're starting to spread out a little bit now. Jai McKenzie's following on the good form of fastest in hot laps and qualifying. Jai McKenzie followed by Craig Bottrell. Oh, we've gone red. Brad Warwick's gone over. The right rear's something is let go there on the right rear car of the 91 of Brad Warwick. Hopefully the team will... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the yellow lights are back on. Our starting order to resume Heat 1 of the limited sprint cars will be the 47 Jai McKenzie, followed by the number 4 of Craig Bottrell, the 49 of Dominic Raffici, Anthony Gaudio in 4th, and the last remaining car in the heat will be the number 12 of Jason Curtis. As Jai McKenzie leads Craig Bottrell, Dominic Raffici, Anthony Gaudio and Jason Curtis down the back straight. Preparation to take the green. And we're green. Great start there from Jai McKenzie. Craig Bottrell and Dominic Raffici hot on his heels. As Jai leads them down the back straight for after the restart. All cars seem to have settled into their starting positions. Jai's definitely showing a clean set of heels at the moment and is the form driver of the night. Jai McKenzie heads down the back straight through 3 and 4, coming around to take the white flag. Ahead of Craig Bottrell, Dominic Raffici, Anthony Gaudio and Jason Curtis. Down the back straight for the final time into 3 and 4. Jai McKenzie comes around to take the checkered flag in Heat 1 of the limited sprint cars, followed by Craig Bottrell, Dominic Raffici, Anthony Gaudio and Jason Curtis round out the field. So that concludes Heat 1 of the limited sprint cars in the Retrovision Hit FM round down here at Trade Hire Augusta Margaret Speedway. As the push chutes get ready to fire the field away, they'll get them formed up and ready to start Heat 2 of the limited sprint cars here at Trade Hire Augusta Margaret Speedway. While we're waiting on the guys to fire up and form off, I'd also take the opportunity to thank some of our partners here. Chris, of course, at Trade Hire, our naming rights sponsor at Trade Hire Augusta Margaret Speedway. Favs Mechanical, Nutrient Ag Solutions at Margaret River Rural Contractors, Hit FM, Down South Wholesale, Wynelec, Podmore's Building Supplies, PVP Signs, Lewin Civil, and of course Retrovision. But thank you to all the partners of Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway. Phil gets the hurry up to form up from the infield officials. And our starting order is the 39 of Jaron Bilby with Ken Roberts on the outside. The 88 of Ben Pratt on inside second row with Gavin Davis out of fourth. Glenn Dickinson out of fifth. Matt Borges out of sixth. And Daniel Forbes is coming out of position number 7. So as the trade hire post chute pulls off the back straight, signalling to the field that this will be the green flag lap. Jaron Bilby and Ken Roberts leading the field through turn 3 and 4, and we're green. A great start there from the front row. Oh, and a bit of contact there between Gavin Davis and Ben Pratt. Ken Roberts has looped it in the start of turn 2 to bring on the yellows. This will bunch it all back up for a complete restart. Some great driving by the field there to miss the spinning number 70 of Ken Roberts. Does the 70 fires back up, gets the wind-up signal for so with Ken Roberts being sent a rear of field for causing the stoppage, that elevates Gavin Davis in the number 8 into outside pole beside Jaron Bilby. Matt Borges now moves up to 4th. Ken Roberts slides into 6th. As we try again to kick off heat 2 of the limited sprint cars here at Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway. Green. And Jaron Bilby leads the field through 1 and 2. Slight little bit of contact there between Borges and Ben Pratt, as they all lead down the back straight through 3 and 4 to take the first circulation of 8. Great battle between Dickinson and Borges. And Jaron Bilby has set sail from the front to take the line for the second lap. Gavin Davis washes up a little bit on the exit of turn 2, but unfortunately Dickinson's a bit too far away to take advantage of it. Behind Dickinson we then have August, Pratt and Roberts all fighting for the minor spots. Fortunately, the 7F Forbes Race Engineering Daniel Forbes car pulled infield. The Jaron Bilby's cleared out by a good third of a lap now from Gavin Davis, Glenn Dickinson, Matty Borges. Ben Pratt goes up a little bit high, allows Ken Roberts to stick underneath, but Pratt got a great drive off the inside coming down the back straight. Let's see if he can maintain it. He gets the position back as they cross the line. Jaron Bilby's having it all his own way at the moment. Good third of a lap out in front of Gavin Davis and Glenn Dickinson. Well, we've had contact in turn 3. The Ben Pratt and Ken Roberts have come together near the pit gate. That's brought on the yellows. And looks like number 70 of Ken Roberts is a DNF as well for this heat, unfortunately. That brings the field down to 4 with Jaron Bilby, Gavin Davis, Glenn Dickinson and Matt Borges, the remaining cars to continue the running of the second heat of the limited sprint cars. So as Jaron leads him down the back straight on the single file restart. And we're green. Dickinson's having a bit of a look up the inside. Davis, but he wasn't able to get around. He definitely let Gavin Davis know he was there though. Jaron Bilby's picked up where he left off, starting to gap the field already. Gavin Davis is also starting to show a little bit of air between himself and Glenn Dickinson, who put on an early charge at the start of the restart. One to go for Jaron Bilby to complete heat 2 of the limited sprint cars. He sails it down the back straight for the final time coming into turn 3 and 4. Jaron Bilby takes out heat 2 of the limited sprint cars, followed by Gavin Davis, Matty Borges, and then Glenn Dickinson rounding out the final position. So the finishing positions for heat 2 of the limited sprint cars is the 39. So it looks like our starting order for heat number 3 of the Retrovision Wind-Up Sellers limited sprint cars will be number 43 of Anthony Gaudio on pole. Outside of Anthony will be the number 7 of Daniel Forbes in the Forbes Race Engineering Maxim. And we have the number 4 Registered Painters Proprietary Limited Maxim of Craig Bottrell. Outside of the number 4 will be the 26 GJ Freight Donnybrook Panel Works Eagle of Glenn Dickinson. We have the 85 Rain and Horn Great Southern car of Tony Shinzig. The 88 of the Ben Pratt in the A1 Sandblasting Cool out of Albany in position number 6. And position number 7 will be the 39 Great Southern Rural car of Jaron Bilby, who took out a heat win already tonight. So we get the cars circulating, get a little bit of heat in the engines and get them formed up. Now the field's given the signal by our infield team to form up behind the trade hire pay chute. So the field's been given the 1 to go signal, so we have Anthony Gaudio with Daniel Forbes on his outside, Craig Bottrell and Glenn Dickinson in row 2, Tony Shinzig and Ben Pratt in out of row 3, and then Jaron Bilby coming off the back of the bus in row 4 as they come down the back straight ready to take the green. And we're green. A great start there from Anthony Gaudio from Daniel Forbes. Craig Bottrell's having a look on the inside of the number 7. Bit of a bobble there. It's allowed both Glenn Dickinson to come through as well. Tony Shinzig's now on the back of number 7. Anthony Gaudio though setting sail, trying to show a clean set of heels from the number 4 of Craig Bottrell. Glenn Dickinson in the 26. Jaron Bilby's coming off the back of the bus, trying to make some real estate as he comes underneath the number 7 FRE car of Daniel Forbes, followed by Tony Shinzig and Ben Pratt in the number 88. As Craig Bottrell set sail after Anthony Gaudio. Glenn Dickinson's comfortable in 3rd, but he's going to have a fast charging Daniel Bilby after him. Daniel Forbes in 7, trying to hold off Tony Shinzi. Ben Pratt's just trying to find a way around the pair of them at the moment. So we have Anthony Gaudio, Craig Bottrell closing the gap. There's then a good straightaway through to Jaron Bilby. We lost the 26 of Glenn Dickinson, not sure what happened there, but the 26 Donnybrook Panelbeaters car's on the infield. As they come, Anthony Gaudio's coming up to lap traffic. Let's see if this plays a part. Safely through Daniel Forbes while greeting the white flag. To allow Craig Bottrell to close the gap a little bit there, but there's only one to go as they go down the back straight. Anthony Gaudio safely through 3 and 4 for the last time to greet the checkered flag. Followed by Craig Bottrell. The 39 has pulled in. So that completes heat number 3 of the Retrovision Limited Sprint Car Stampede. Okay, after some double checking and confirmation, our confirmed finishing order for heat 3 of the Retrovision Limited Sprint Car Stampede. First place is the 43 Red Cat Holdings Maxim of Anthony Gaudio. Second place is the number 4 Registered Painters Proprietary Limited Maxim of Greg Bottrell. And third is the Great Southern Rural 39 of Darren Bilby. Getting ready to kick off heat number 4 of the Retrovision Limited Sprint Car Stampede. Our starting order will be the number 9 EIP Mortgage Solutions of Matt Borges. The 44 Unique Mini Earthworks of Andai at a position number 2. Position number 3 is the number 8 Martin Engineering Maxim of Gavin Davis. At a position 4 we have the Curtis Electrical Jason Curtis car. At a position number 5 we have the number 70 Thirsty Camel Triple X out of Ken Roberts. At a position number 6 we have the number 49 City Discount Tyres Dominic Raffici Triple X. Position number 7 we have the 79 Patience Bulk Haulage of Henry Patience, and off the back of the bus we will have the 47 Townsend's Baloo Transport Higgs Race Engines car of Joy Mackenzie. So as we just wait for the last couple of cars to be pushed off, and we'll get ready to get underway in heat number 4 of the Retrovision Limited Sprint Car Stampede here at the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway. So it's great to see both the 79 and the 44 overcome their earlier challenges from the night and make it back out there for this second round of heat. So great work from both the Patience Bulk Haulage and the Unique Mini Earthworks teams there to get those cars back on deck and on track. So as the field's getting ready to form up. So lights are out on the trade hire pay chute as it makes its way off the track down the back straight. The field gets ready to enter turn 3 and 4 to take the green in heat number 4. Green, 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 great start there, side by side from Borges and Dye. So Borges wins the drag race, and Raffici's looped it into turn 1. That was a spectacular start there from both the 8 and the 44, wheel to wheel without touching. Crossing the stripe pretty well dead on. But unfortunately the 49 brings the yellows on, coming with a spin on the high side of turn 1. So hopefully they can get the 49 Dominic Raffici car restarted. So we'll re-rack them and re-stack them for a complete restart of heat number 4 of the Retrovision Limited Sprint Car Stampede. And we'll have Matty Borges and Anthony Dye on the front row, with Gavin Davis out of position number 3. Allows Jai McKenzie to move up into 4th, with Ken Roberts and Dominic Raffici out of 5 and 6, and Henry Patience out of 7. So here we go, ready for the complete restart in heat number 4. And we're green, green, green again. Another great start there from Borges. And Dye covers the line. Gavin Davis had a great run there through, but he's had to check up from a slowing Anthony Dye. Jai McKenzie's trying to get around the outside. We're going to spin. Great driving there from everyone. The 44 spun in front of the charging field. And we've got Gavin Davis, Dominic Raffici, Ken Roberts, and Dye, and Henry Patience rounding out the field. And we're green, green, green. Matt Borges gets another good start. Holds, protects that line from a fast charging Jai McKenzie. Gavin Davis holds on to 3rd from Dominic Raffici. Ken Roberts and Dye, and then Henry Patience. The battle's at the front of the field with this one, with Jai McKenzie not letting off his side off the back of Matt Borges' back push bar. But Matt Borges is a well-seasoned competitor. He's going to know where Jai is, and he's going to do his best to hold off that fast-charging 47 car. She's doing successfully at the moment as they come through 3 and 4. Gavin Davis will soon have his hands full with Dominic Raffici. Ken Roberts having a better shot on this one as well from the first round of heats in 5th. But it's Matt Borges and Jai McKenzie at the front of the bus. Jai McKenzie searching all over, trying to find some drive to find a way around the AIP Mortgage Solutions number 8 car. Matt Borges is driving a spectacular race at the moment to hold off the 47. Gavin Davis is still holding on to 3rd from Dominic Raffici and Ken Roberts. And Dye's holding off the 79 of Henry Patience, who's great to see that car back out there again after missing the first round of heats. And Matt Borges is still holding off Jai McKenzie as he's coming around to greet take the white flag. Signaling 1 to go. Gavin Davis might have his hands full shortly, with Dominic Raffici coming in hard and fast to try and get that 3rd spot. But it's Matt Borges sails it through 3 and 4 to take the checkered flag from Jai McKenzie. Gavin Davis holds on to 3rd place with Dominic Raffici 4th, Ken Roberts in 5th, Handai in 6th, and Henry Patience rounding out the field in 7th. Great drive there from Matty Borges from start to finish to take the win in heat number 4. So the Retrovision Limited Sprint Car Stampede will be run over 25 laps of the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway track. And it looks like Jai McKenzie has selected to start from the inside row, which will put the number 4 of Craig Bottrell on the outside. So as the field's been given the signal to form up, it won't be long before we get this field of snarling sprint cars underway. Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet. We're going 4 wide with the limited sprint cars tonight. Get on your feet, flash your lights, clap your hands, show your appreciation for the drivers that have made the effort to come down to the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway tonight. They put on their spectacle for you guys, the fans out there. Show your appreciation. The drivers can see you. So as they're coming around through turn 3 and 4, and what is unique to this sport, and the 4 wide salute. So out of the 4 wide, they form back up again. We'll get ready to undertake this 25 lap feature race on the Retrovision Sprint Car Stampede. The infield team are giving the drivers a signal for 1 lap to go before we unleash the fury on the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Clayway. The lights in the Trade Hire Pace Chute are out. We've got Jai McKenzie and Craig Bottrell on the front row, Anthony Gaudio and Gavin Davis row 2, and Dominic Raffici and Matt Borges row 3. They're coming around, getting ready to take the green for the first time in 25 laps. We're green here at Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway. Great start there by Craig Bottrell, and we're gone red. Gone red. We've had we've got the 44. We can't, just trying to see what cars are on their side there at the moment. So front row will be Jai McKenzie in the 47 with Craig Bottrell in the number 4 on the outside. Anthony Gaudio in the 43 and Matt Borges make up row 2. Row 3 will be Dominic Raffici and Ben Pratt. Row 4 will be the 70 of Ken Roberts and the 12 of Jason Curtis. We'll have rounding out the field, we'll have the 26 of Glenn Dickinson, followed by the number 7 of Daniel Forbes. So as the lights go out on the Trade Hire Pace Chute, we'll get ready to have a complete restart and send the field away on 25 laps around the Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway. McKenzie got an early start there on Bottrell, leads the way into turn 1 and 2, followed followed by Gaudio, Borges. Borges washes up a little bit there and coming out of 2. It opens the door for Raffici to take 4th place. Ken Roberts in 5th. Ben Pratt 6th. Dickinson, Curtis followed by Daniel Forbes, but it's John McKenzie leading the way down the back straight from the number 4 of Craig Bottrell. Anthony Gaudio trying as hard as he can to stay on their tail tanks. Dominic Raffici, Matt Borges and Ken Roberts. But John McKenzie's starting to open up a little bit of a gap now on Craig Bottrell. The field starting to settle into position, find their lines. They get into the groove here. Saying that, like Craig Bottrell found a slightly better line, starting to close the gap a little bit here on Jai McKenzie. You'll also be noticing that the lap current Daniel Forbes will be coming up shortly, hoping that that might hold up the flying 47 slightly, give him an opportunity. He comes onto the back of the number 7. Daniel Forbes moves up and allows the leaders to travel through without any real impediment. Great racing there from the number 7 to allow the leaders to come through. Now got Anthony Gaudio and Dominic Raffici coming in to put a lap down on the number 7. The number 47 of Jai McKenzie still out in front, starting to open up that lead again on the number 4 of Craig Bottrell. Anthony Gaudio and Dominic Raffici. Matt Borges, Ken Roberts, Ben Pratt, Glenn Dickinson, Jason Curtis and Daniel Forbes are rounding out the field. As Matt Borges and Ken Roberts are coming up behind the number 7 car. We'll see if they can safely navigate past the lap traffic. Matt Borges is through okay. So's Ken Roberts. Now Ben Pratt and Glenn Dickinson coming on to put the number 7 a lap down each. But out front it's still Jai McKenzie, followed by Craig Bottrell and Anthony Gaudio and Dominic Raffici. Jai's got that number 47 car wound right up. He's also coming up behind Jason Curtis. The number 7 Forbes Race Engineering car, Daniel Forbes, has pulled infield. Jai McKenzie is still out the front from the number 4 of Craig Bottrell. Anthony Gaudio and Dominic Raffici, although getting slowed down a little bit by the number 12 Curtis Electrical Jason Curtis sprint car. It's allowing Bottrell to close the gap a little bit. It's also allowing Gaudio to close the gap on Bottrell, and same with Raffici on Gaudio. Could make things interesting with a few laps to go now. They start to compress up a little bit. Laps down out of 25, it's still Jai McKenzie, followed by Craig Bottrell. Anthony Gaudio is getting close now, and so is Dominic Raffici. They're trying to get past the Jason Curtis Electrical number 12. It's allowing the top 4 to bunch back up. Well, this can make things very interesting with only 10 to go. Still Jai McKenzie. Craig Bottrell's closing that gap lap after lap. Anthony Gaudio and Dominic Raffici, the top 4. We can almost throw a blanket over him now. Raffici's having a look around Gaudio, and Bottrell's trying to find the way past the 47. Now Gaudio's had a great run off turn 1 and 2. Tried to close in the gap a little bit on the Bottrell, but washed up a little bit through 3 and 4 that allowed that gap to reopen. But Bottrell's still on that tail tank of the 47 car of Jai McKenzie. So now coming up behind Ben Pratt. Definitely going to make things interesting in the closing stages of this race, ladies and gentlemen, as Bottrell gets really close to the left rear of the 47, but washes off a little bit of speed. He's going to have to try and dial it back in. Raffici's also starting to climb over the back of the 43 Gaudio car. Things are definitely getting interesting now. Again, another great run by Gaudio off 1 and 2 to get onto the back of Bottrell. The top four is still Joy McKenzie, Craig Bottrell, Anthony Gaudio and Dominic Raffici. McKenzie's trying to open up a little bit of a gap and get some breathing room again, but Bottrell's not letting him have it. The field are trying to get through. Bottrell gets a really good run now and it gets awfully close to Joy McKenzie. So with only 2 to go, there's not much time for Bottrell to make his move. Same with Raffici on Gaudio. So the white flag's out. Let's see if McKenzie can hold on lead from start to finish from Bottrell, Gaudio and Dominic Raffici. Bottrell gets a pretty good run out of turn 2, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to rein the 47 in as it closes down. Joy McKenzie takes the win, followed by Craig Bottrell, Anthony Gaudio, Dominic Raffici, then Matt Borges, Ken Roberts, Jason Curtis and then Ben Pratt. What a hectic 25 laps there. It was a little bit of a rough start, but when we got the race up and running, there was Joy McKenzie who led from P1 all the way. Some great racing there from in the Retrovision Limited Sprint Car Stampede. Joy McKenzie comes around to take the checkered flag for a well-deserved victory. He definitely didn't have it all his own way in the last few stages. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of the Retrovision Sprint Car Limited Sprint Car Stampede here at Trade Hire Augusta Margaret River Speedway. The number 47 Townsend Ballou Transport Higgs built car of Joy McKenzie.
Wow.
So a great drive there from the young Joy. Took it from P1 all the way through.